สวัสดีค่ะวันนี้สาวชีพงจะพามาเฮ็ดอันบาร์บีคิวไก่เนี่ยบาร์บีคิวชิคเก้นอันนี้หมักใส่ซอสมะเขือเทศซอสพริกรสดีน้ำตาลนิดนึงค่ะลักษณะก็จะเป็นแบบนี้หมักไว้ประมาณชั่วโมงนึงตอนนี้จะมาเสียบแล้วค่ะเตรียมตัวที่เสียบแล้ว
What happened next, or what didn't happen next, do you believe should have happened?
บาร์บีคิวเห็นเป็นไงแต่ของที่กินจิ้มจุ่มมาเนี่ยจิ้มจุ่มเฮ็ดสลัดเห็นเป็นไงล่ะก็บาร์บีคิวนี่แหละค่ะแต่อยู่นี่เพิ่นเอิ้นนั่นอีกอย่างนึงนี่ค่ะเพิ่นเอิ้นคือบ้านเรามาลงมือได้ค่ะ
I've had no contact whatsoever from anyone either with the FAA or with the company to query me or to investigate exactly what happened to me in regards to the cardiac arrest that I experienced while I was in the flight deck.
That seems crazy. I mean, the FAA is very strict with pilots, famously strict. That's why our planes land on time and safely.
ไก่ชิ้นนึง
Why do you think they haven't reached out to you?
Well, that's an interesting question, and I think that's one that bears investigation. The FAA, as far as I'm concerned, was in violation of their own guidelines by allowing the administration of EUA-issued vaccines to pilots. Its aeromedical guidelines are very strict, and we fly our trade based upon our license. Our license is what allows us to operate aircraft, but we can't utilize that license unless we have a valid medical. The FAA has always been very specific on what is allowed to be administered to a pilot. We're not allowed to participate in drug trials, for instance. And an EUA-issued vaccine is certainly not anything that's been approved by the FAA. It's under an EUA. For us to be subject to a mandate without any investigation, without sort of 12-month studies as to the adverse effects that these vaccines may have, is to me unconscionable. We were basically, treated as giant guinea pigs, and unfortunately, of course, we're ultimately responsible. We're the ultimate arbiters of safety in regards to the operation of the aircraft. My primary job as captain for a major airline is risk mitigation. I'm there essentially to make sure that the operation is run safely, effectively, and primarily on time, if at all possible. But safety is paramount, is with the statement we've always utilized. And they, basically abrogated their responsibility to look after our safety by forcing us to undergo this vaccination program.
And then their only response is to loosen the requirements for heart ailments in pilots. At this point, knowing that, experiencing what you did personally, are you worried about the safety of commercial air travel?
Well, of course, I do have some concerns. I've been contacted by pilots that have had issues post-vaccine. I'm well aware of one of my former coworkers who unfortunately passed away as a consequence of receiving the vaccine. And this is something that it's going to take a long-term investigation to figure out, what sort of debilitating issues can we be suffering as a result of this foolhardy vaccination program that was forced upon Americans and the worldwide population. This jab for job idea that folks came up with in management and at the FAA, and also with Biden's vaccine mandate is absolutely unconscionable. I cannot believe that in this day and age, particularly in light of, I remember the swine flu vaccination program in the 1970s. They had some serious adverse reactions to that, and that vaccine was pulled almost immediately. But it seems like now everybody has their blinders on, and nobody seems to want to give any consideration to the potential adverse effects of the COVID vaccines. It's become an exceptionally political issue.
I can't even imagine the consequences you're risking.
นี่บ่มีพริกหยวกได้แต่พริกหวาน
I'm just really grateful that you did, and I hope.
ท่านบ้านเฮาก็ใส่พริกหยวกจังค่อยแซ่บ
Well, I want to thank you for having me, and if anybody would like any more information, certainly you can take a look at Josh Yoder and U.S. Freedom Flyers or Colonel Tom Remfer at hopingforjustice.org, and thanks again for having me this evening.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So it used to be, not that long ago, the idea of the government telling you what you can eat was kind of a crazy idea.
ก็พริกหยวกที่ออกมีเผ็ดจักหน่อยนึงนะแต่ที่นี่มัน
bugs instead. No one wants to eat bugs. No one
can eat voluntarily,
so they're just quietly putting in the 2 packaged snacks You should know if you're eating bugs.
วันนี้ไป
And we're going to tell you after the break when you are. We'll be right back.
เนี่ยไปซื้อของก็บ่มี
I don't think I really understood what people meant when
ไอ้
they
ตะพริ
talked
กหวาน
about
แด
pain
งกับ
until I started feeling it
แดง
myself.
กับเดืองมา
In my case, it kept me from living the life I love with the people I love. I had no idea where the solution
I
was going to
had
come
no
from
idea.
until I found relief
ได้
therapy.
สองอย่างก็ยังมากินพริก
Now I'm able to say yes when the opportunity comes along, especially to spend time with my family and friends. Today, I do the things I love, and it doesn't occur to me to think about pain. I just feel better and more confident. Would you like to get back to living the life you used to live without aches and pains? That's what relief factor's done for me.
ถ้าอยากให้หมูนุ่ม
70% of people who
เอา
try
สับปะรด
relief
ลงไป
factor
หมัก
go
น้ำ
on
ได้
to
ค่ะ
live more. And it's 100%
หมูกับ
drug-free.
ไก่
Join me and hundreds of
ไปหมัก
thousands of others. Get
ที่
your
ทำให้
free
หมู
relief
มัน
start
นุ่ม
for
ขึ้น
only $19.95. Move more, live more, and just decide that now is the time to enjoy your life more. Call 1-800-4RELIEF to order now, or go to relieffactor.com. Invest in your family, invest in yourself, and feel the difference with Relief Factor.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and in light of the recent events, your continued support means everything to myself and my employees. To thank you, we're having the biggest sale ever on all my pillow bedding. Get my pillow bed sheets for as low as $29.98. A set of
เอากินเองค่ะก็จะเฮ็ดชิ้นง่ายๆแบบนี้นะจ๊ะ
In this economy, instead of
ถ้าเฮ็ดขายก็เฮ็ดชิ้นน้อยลง ตอนนั้นไปขายอยู่พัทยา เมื่อหลายสิบประมาณ10 กว่าปีได้แล้วนะจ๊ะไปขายอยู่พัทยางานเข้าดาวงานปีใหม่นี่แหละขายดีดี
So go to mypillow.com or call that number on your screen. Use your promo code
ขายไม่ได้20 บาท
on all my pillow bedding, including my pillow bed sheets.
ขายพอแพงด้วยจ้ะ
Get all your shopping in while quantities last. Please order now.
Want to pay only $40 per month to watch Fox News and more?
นี่อัน
There's no
รัส
hidden
เซียมั้ง
fees
บ่
and
กิน
no
เผ็ด
contracts. See Fox News
ขนาด
and save over
พ่อพริกหยวกเพิ่นเผ็ด
$800 per year. All for
เพิ่นแล่นลง
just
ทะเลเลย
$40 per month.
เผ็
Try
ด
us
หลาย
today at sling.com/foxnews.
Over half of the top cybersecurity companies in the nation are funded by and reside in Silicon Valley. PCmatic is made in South Carolina, and we are not them.
Trying to lose weight? NextMed offers new FDA-approved medications like Ozempic and Wegovy. America's #1 weight loss experts help you lose weight your way. Only $99.
ขายกับลูกกับน้อง
NextMed.com and change
ก็นั่นนะจ๊ะ
Is your closet cramped and cluttered? Is it impossible to find that shirt to wear? And then even harder
แต่ค่าที่แพงหลาย
Not anymore.
10,000 กว่าบาท
Space
15,000
Triangles, the clever new hanging device that fits over any hanger to save you closet space in seconds. And now may be your last chance to get them for a low price.
ไปกันหลายคน อ่านกันออกมาได้มาจากที่บาทเองจ้ะ
70% more space in your closet. Watch your closet can go from messy to marvelous.
ไป6-7 คนขนาดไปนั่นก็มาทัน
All that extra space.
แทนไปซื้อของของเบิด
Triangles on each hanger and start hanging your clothing one after another, piece by piece. Daisy chain up to 6 shirts or more. The lower you go, the more closet space that'll show. The secret is the ingenious slip-over design that secures the hangers in a perfect vertical position.
เฮ็ดให้มัน
This
ส
is
นุก
hands down the easiest way to get more closet space. It took me just a few minutes to completely transform my closet, and now I can go shopping again.
It snugly fits all types of hangers, from plastic to wood to metal and
อัน
velvet.
นี้ว่าจะเฮ็ด
And
ให้
works with any type of clothing, from shirts and blouses to slacks and jeans, or designer dresses and big heavy suits. Stop searching through clutter for the right outfit. Now you can build an outfit and group it together, so it's easy to find. Even hang purses, belts, and more. Just slide the space triangles onto any hanger and start hanging. You'll instantly create closet space like never before. Order now to get an 18-piece set of space triangles for just $9.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last
ขอ
chance
โท
to
ษ
get
หลายๆ
space
ด้วยค่ะ
triangles at
เสียง
this
รบ
low
กวน
price. But you must act fast. There is a strict limit
บ้าน
of 1 closet pack per order while supplies
มี
last.
ห้อง
Once they're gone, they're gone
มันเป็น
forever.
ร้านค้า
Order
เนาะ
now.
To order, call
เป็นนี้ห้องครัว
1-800-883-9718.
กับ
That's
ห้องนอนมัน
1-800-883-9718.
เป็นโล่งเขาหากันเลยนะจ๊ะ
Call So call
อันนี้เราเปิด
1-800-883-9718 now.
As news breaks, America turns to Fox News Channel.
จะอยากคิดให้เบิ่งเนาะต้องเปิดมืดเลยบ่มีหยุดตัวยามนอนเบิ่งแล้วก็เปิดไว้นอนหลับแล้วก็เปิดไว้ยามมื้อเว้นแล้วมักเปิดปิดเองดอก1 2 3 4 5 6 7ได้7ไหม
Well, as you can see on your screen, it turns out that
อันนี้ก็
a
จิ
lot of companies use the term sustainable
ลากล
to
งไปเล
suggest
ย
crickets as in the chirping insects. So why are crickets winding up in your snack foods, and is that a good idea? Should you be eating crickets without your knowledge? Dr. Mark Siegel joins us to assess. Hey, doctor.
This is actually very serious. Now, first of all, eating insects is legal in the United States per the FDA. And yes, crickets are in flour, crickets are in cotton candy,
บ่ได้
snacks,
เฮ็ดน้ำ
and insects are high in protein, low in fat, low in carbohydrate. They eat them in Africa, they eat them in Asia, they eat them in Mexico. Not a lot of people eat them here yet, and I can understand why.
การเฮ็ดหลายๆก็จะเฮ็ดน้ำทา
But the problem is,
เวลาเฮาย่างเฮาก็จะน้ำทาอันนี้จะอบไมโครเวฟ
and
And then
that's what it
thatจะเป็น
sounds
แบ
like,
บนี้
very lax. And
กิน
so
ค่ะ
insects get into your food in the growing
เม็ด
process
ไม่
and the
ใหญ่
processing
ๆกิน
process.
เจ้าของ
Listen to
เนาะ
this.
นี่
The
ปานนี้จะไป
FDA
อบไมโครเวฟ
allows up to 450 insect parts in a box of spaghetti, 30 insect parts in a chocolate bar, 30 insect parts in a jar of peanut butter,
ไม
in
โครเวฟ
spices,
10
and almost anything you
10
can
นาที
name. There are insect parts in there. Now, disgusting, yes, but I'll tell you something else. As a physician, people are allergic to this stuff because insects are a lot like shellfish. So if you have a shellfish allergy, you could get itchy from any of this stuff. You could end up in the emergency room having problems breathing. You could get asthma. You could get a rash. And there's nothing I can do about this. So I'm very concerned about the laxity of this. Now, there's one other thing that I want to bring up here.
ที่นี่ด้วยจ้า ขอบคุณหลายๆที่ติดตามรับชม
We're seeing
ขอบคุณจ้า
skyrocketing prices.
ฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์เป็นกำลังใจให้ชาวชัยภูมิเฮ็ดคลิปต่อไปในเด้อจ้า ขอบคุณจ้า